Did you know that Bluey, besides being an incredibly cute and heartwarming show, has some really funny moments? One of the funniest and most random scenes happens when the girls are looking for Bandit to make a decision for them, but he's in the bathroom. But no, he's not using the toilet, he's trying to unclog it. But the funniest part is yet to come. When he's alone, he says,
"What are these kids eating?" What? Oh, hey!
Which means that either Bluey or Bingo, or maybe both, are responsible for something, which we all know very well what it is, that had clogged the toilet. On one hand, it's good because it means they're well fed, but on the other hand, it means Bandit will always have a lot of work with the plunger. This is just the first of the 13 funniest scenes from Bluey that we've selected for you. Bathroom dance. Still talking about the toilet clogging episode caused by the kids, right after that, another very funny scene happens. One of the most random and funny scenes in the show occurs just after the girls disturb their dad while he's unclogging what they themselves had clogged, the toilet. Out of nowhere, Bingo, next to Bandit, starts doing the meme dance. That same dance that's a sensation on social media. Man, this is so random to the point that every time I see this scene, I start laughing. Without a doubt, Bingo is one of the funniest characters on Bluey.
Hey! Oh!
Clueless socks. Since we're talking about bathrooms and things that clog toilets, it reminds me of another very funny and even shocking scene involving Bingo and Bluey's cousin, Socks. In the episode Barnacus and Bumpy, Bingo is in the hospital for some reason we still don't know to this day. To cheer up the little toilet clogger, her family makes a short film with everyone, including Socks. The catch is that Socks acts like a dog, walking on all fours and biting others. But besides that, she does something else that dogs also do: their business anywhere. When she and Bluey are filming a scene for the short film, Bluey is jumping happily when suddenly Socks stops and starts pooping in the middle of the movie. This scene is so funny because it's so canine. Anyone with a dog knows it's true.
Barnacus was finally happy.
Crazy Muffin. Fans of Bluey will never forget the episode where Muffin sleeps over at the cousin's house, but it's past her bedtime. And the feeling we all get is that Muffin is completely drunk, but with sleep, of course. The other cousin starts acting as if she's had few too many drinks, simply because she hasn't taken her afternoon nap. In this episode, we see her doing the most random things, like simply saying that she changed her name. Come on, who names themselves Bubba Baloo?
Boo boo boo.
After that, she simply grabs a stuffed animal and starts saying the most random things. These scenes are very, very funny. Inappropriate Photo. In another episode of Bluey, the girls are playing tourists and start taking pictures of everything they see. But when I say everything, I mean everything. The problem arises because at that exact moment of the game, Chili is in a very unphotogenic position, to say the least, since she's practicing yoga and is in a very vulnerable position. Of course, Chili doesn't like it at all that they're taking pictures of her backside, but the girls found it very funny, and so did we. But I think I understand Chili. I wouldn't want anyone taking pictures of my backside in that position either. Whale on a cruise. In another episode, we see Chili again, but this time she's imitating an animal, but it doesn't go very well. At least for Bandit. The girls are playing cruise, and Bandit is the ship they're sailing on. Meanwhile, Chili has chosen to play the role of the whale. Everything in the game was going well until Chili decides, on her own, to Bandit's peril, to recreate the Free Willy scene, where the whale jumps high enough to free itself. But it turns out that with Chili, it doesn't go very well, and she ends up falling right on top of the ship, which is actually Bandit. Look at Bandit's face of extreme pain. Poor man. I mean, poor dog. Always getting into trouble, much to our delight, of course. Wild Escape. Some episodes of Bluey have a different and super funny art style. This happens when the healers are using their creativity while on a car journey to pass the time. So Bandit and Chili challenge the girls to a creativity contest, and we see the scenes as they play out in the family's minds. When Bluey and Bingo are chasing Bandit and Chili in their imaginations, they get too close. And look at the faces the cartoon versions of Chili and Bandit make when they're getting closer. Guys, look at Chili's face once again. When I noticed Chili's bulging eyes and open mouth, I couldn't help but laugh. So good. Sore bum. In the cinema episode, when Bandit, Bluey, and Bingo go to the movies, while Bluey talks to her dad, we see Bingo playing with the divider straps near the popcorn stand. But when Bandit notices this, he asks Bingo to stop and continues talking to Bluey. Being the good little sister that she is, Bingo disobeys and continues messing with the strap, which she ends up pulling, and it hits her dad's butt. Of course, both sisters, just like us, love the scene of their dad screaming in pain after getting a smack from the strap on his butt. Even the popcorn guy found it funny. Bingo's hide and seek. In the same cinema episode, Bingo really wants to sit somewhere else, something Bandit doesn't approve of. But as soon as he turns to talk to Bluey, guess what? Bingo is already sitting where her dad had forbidden. And then they start a cat and mouse chase, but with dogs. I think at that age, Bandit can't catch Bingo at all. So every time he gets to where she was, she's already gone and appears in a completely different place, making a fool out of him several times. As if hitting his butt with the strap wasn't enough. Cheating race. To be fair to Bandit, there was one time he managed to catch his daughter in a race. It wasn't Bingo, but Bluey. But we have to admit that he wasn't exactly fair. When Bluey was about to win the race, that sneaky Bandit just pulled his own daughter to get ahead. Seriously, that's so wrong, but doing it to your own daughter is a bit much, Bandit. That's why the scene is so funny. After all, he should be the example of the right thing to do. I think Chili thought the same thing by her expression. But in the meantime, we have fun.
Yeah!
Hey!
Yeah.
No soda for you. In the episode that shows one of the famous Healer family barbecues, we see that it wasn't a lucky day for Bandit. Like most days, but a little worse this time. Without him knowing, Bingo was responsible for spilling not one, but 4 times her own father's soda can. And let's not forget that she also managed to spill her uncle's soda can once. That was one of the funniest parts of the episode. If that serves as consolation for the 2 brothers, we can say that she actually did them a favor health-wise. After all, soda isn't that great for your health. Thanks, Bingo. Pure panic. Following the same episode of the barbecue, we see another super funny scene. But this time it wasn't with Stripe or Bandit, it was with Bingo and herself. Bingo sort of kidnaps a water bottle from her dad. Then she needs to fill the bottle and has the brilliant idea to use the hose for that. But that was definitely not a good idea, because she doesn't know how to use the hose. Bingo opens up the tap too wide, and the hose goes completely out of control and crazy. Seriously, that scream of pure panic from Bingo is so funny. And her face is just as funny. Oh my, I love this Bingo. Rude little old lady. To wrap it up, we have another hilarious scene involving, once again, the clown of the Healer family, Bingo. In the episode where 2 sisters are pretending to be 2 old ladies named Rita and Janet, we see Chili, as always, fully embracing the game. And when she tries to warn Bingo, Rita, that the store she was going to is closed, she realizes that the fake old lady can't hear, figuratively speaking. So she tries to, figuratively, hold the old lady to help her, and what does she do? Rita simply takes her fake cane and hits Chili's knees and runs off at the speed of a senior citizen. I think this is really the best way for a senior citizen to protect themselves, by giving cane whacks. And now everyone knows that Bingo thinks the same way, especially Chili, who felt Rita's cane whack. Those were the 13 funniest scenes from Bluey that we've picked to show you and have a laugh together. And to keep the fun going, we've selected 2 more super cool videos for you to choose from and continue here with us. Just choose and click on the one you want to watch first.